Welcome to Roadmap to 1 Million. My name is Stacey Zeal, and if you're looking to make more money, gain your time back, and rapidly grow your visibility so that you can impact way more people with your brilliance, you're in the right place. This podcast is your one-stop shop for turning your online business dreams into a reality. My main goal is to give women entrepreneurs just like you the marketing strategies, guidance, and expert insights you need to hit that $1 million milestone and beyond. Whether you're a coach, a consultant, or an online brand that wants to make a big impact, Roadmap to 1 Million gives you the actionable strategies and inspiration you need so that you can implement right away, no fluff, no fuss. So CEO, are you ready to buckle up and accelerate your growth? Be sure to follow the show and let's dive in. Get ready to uncover your roadmap to 1 million. Hey there, fellow entrepreneurs. Are you doing all the things but hit a revenue ceiling? You're building an audience, you're creating content and making sales, but you feel like something is holding you back from your next milestone. If that sounds like you, it's time to take our What's Your Missing Marketing Link quiz, your go-to tool to identify what's missing from your marketing strategy that might be holding back your business growth. Whether it's fixing your funnel or diversifying your efforts, this quiz will pinpoint those marketing missteps and guide you to success. Take the quiz today and uncover the missing link in your path to 7 figures and beyond. So head over to staceyzeal.co/quiz because success begins with identifying and fixing those mistakes. So don't miss out. Your business deserves to have the impact you desire. Visit staceyzeal.co/quiz. That's STACYZEAL.co/quiz to get a detailed report and the resources you need to help you grow. All right, let's jump back into the episode. Hey, I'm excited to have y'all here today because we are going to be talking about organic marketing. We're going to be talking about paid social marketing. And really, the premise of this conversation is like, what do you need to do now to start to get ready for Q4? And I'm super excited to have Michelle Thames here because she is super much like a super pro at talking about organic marketing. She has an agency. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, but I'm excited to have her here. So thanks for joining me for this Q4 countdown live. How are you today?
Yes, no, I'm excited. When we get together and get to chat about marketing, it's a good thing. It's a really
Yes.
good thing. I'm doing well. I can't believe it is almost the end of summer, fall time. And so this is why we're having this conversation. It's a bit late, but we still got time. You can still have time. That's what we're trying to tell you. So I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Because one of the things that we were talking about just before we jumped on here is that, people really should be thinking about 2025. And I remember when I was working at Zappos and, Q4, we were talking about Q4 in March. We started talking about Black Friday. We started talking about all that kind of stuff, early in the year. And I know that you've worked for, some big brands in Mael and stuff like that and had that kind of experience to kind of see how bigger brands are thinking about their marketing as far as a longer term kind of thing. But tell everybody a little bit about, who you are, what you do, all the things, and then we can definitely start talking about some of these strategies.
Yeah, so I am a marketing strategist and business coach, and I really focus on organic marketing. So, yes, I did used to work for Mael Organics in their social and digital department, and my role was really to get more eyes on the business. That was through email marketing, social media, digital, influencer, events. So I got to see like really just like you, the behind the scenes of like bigger brands. And this when I started with them, they were a startup. So really seeing a startup become a
Mhm.
household name, and like all the things that went into that. And it was a great experience. I got to learn a lot about marketing. I'm a marketing nerd, and I realized I could help more people. So I really do focus on organic marketing. I have an agency with my husband, and we really help our clients in various aspects. But the majority of our clients is visibility. We are working on marketing campaigns. It's not like, oh, we're just going to post this post on social media. No, it is
Yeah.
like a whole plan and operation behind what's being posted, behind what is the messaging, behind what the brand wants to push and what the real goals are. So that's what we help people with. But I also help women entrepreneurs as well as founders to get visible, still with organic
Mhm.
marketing, right? I know a lot of people may not have that budget to work with the agency. both me and you have agencies, right? And we do more
Mhm.
intensive work, but being able to help founders really get seen on social media and beyond. And so that's why we're doing lives like this to help you prepare for Q4 and really be thinking about Q1 of 2025, because the brands that I'm working with now, that's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about 2025. The founder of the companies already have their ideas and thoughts in place about what they want to do. And so yeah, I just really love marketing, and that's basically what I do. And I'm ready to talk about this because it's
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, for y'all, my name is Stacy. I am a fractional CMO, and so our company, really, our agency's goal is to help small businesses connect the dots in their marketing so that they can start to accelerate, and then they can start to really kind of layer in Facebook ads and other kind of advertising strategies to take their organic game to the next level. And that's one of the reasons I love working with Michelle and doing content with her, is because we both understand that organic marketing is the foundation. It's something that's essential. It's not something that you get to stop doing because you're starting to run ads. And I've had people that have come my way because they think like, hey, I just want to run ads and not do any organic marketing. And that's a strategy. It's just not a strategy that aligns with what I teach and how I believe that brands will be successful in the year of 2024. So tell me a little bit about, so let's like kind of kick off the conversation. Like, what are some things that you think that our business owners in our audience should be thinking about now, as it is the end of August when we're recording this? What should they be thinking about now to help them to prepare for Q4 or prepare their marketing for Q4?
I think right now you should be thinking about how you can get the most leads into your business and what way or avenue you're going to do that. Now, there are tons of ways, right? Like email, social media, but you really should nail down, okay, maybe you have 5,000 people on your email list. Figure out how can you get more people onto that list, right? Is
Mhm.
it you're going to have a webinar, a training, something free to get leads in. And then from there, when you do launch for Black Friday, you'll have warm people. But
Mhm.
I think right now, if anything, you should be focused on getting as many leads as possible and getting in front of as many people as possible. I believe in multi-channel marketing. I do not believe that you should just be one place, because that is, what if that one place goes down? Instagram goes down all the time. So you can't really just rely on Instagram. Yes, I think you should have an Instagram presence, because most people in our day and age, when you go to them, they're going to be like, "Oh, what's your social media?" And they're going to go to your Instagram. That's the first place they're going to go. So I think, again, how can you use Instagram? How can you use your email list or trainings or events to get more people into your funnel so that you can start to build the campaign out for Black Friday? So definitely
Mhm.
leads. I definitely think just visibility in general. How can you make sure that the most people see you right now? Because if they continue to see you, they say it takes 7 times, right? They continue to see you, and then when it comes to Black Friday, they're like, "Oh my god, I saw that brand. Oh, I saw Michelle, she was talking about this. Oh, she's coming out. Oh, she has a course, whatever, whatever." They're gonna remember you. So you can't just
Mhm.
talk about it one time. So I think definitely leads and visibility and really priming your community and building community. This is something that I've been talking about, and I think that most people miss the mark. You just want the followers. That's cool, but followers do not equal sales. All the people that follow you are not
Mhm.
actually a part of your community and of buying people that are going to buy from your business. So you should definitely focus on the people. Most people forget about that, right? It's all about the fame and fortune. No, it's really about the people, because if you really don't have the people, you don't have a business. You really need to nurture that community that shows up, that buys your stuff, and dive into them too. So that way, when
Mhm.
Black Friday does come, they're super excited, going to share with more people, and then they're also going to buy. So I think those three main focuses is what every business owner, no matter if you're a solopreneur or you have a big brand, you should be focusing on those three main things.
Yeah, I love all those things. It makes, because that's really the most important thing to think about right now in this, month and a half, 2 months before we start to get to like the really frenzy holiday shopping season. Because it's going to be, Q4 is going to be even more crowded, right? Like it's always even more crowded. Oh, like our news feeds are crowded. We're getting, more emails. We're getting, more ads. Costs of ads are going to skyrocket, in Q4. And so right now, before we get there, there, as Michelle was saying, like focus on, growing getting more people on your email list or getting more leads into your pipeline, because you are going to have to do that nurturing. And so when you do have a webinar in, September, October, November, right, to maybe promote your Black Friday offer or however you're going to do it, like that way, these people are warmed up. They know who you are. You're not just getting, just focusing on people who have never heard of you before, and they're having to make a decision between you and somebody they've been on their email list for a couple months. You really don't want to have that battle during Q4, because people are making quick decisions, right? Like, they're saying like, hey, I'm going to go and invest in this product, or I'm going to invest in this service, or I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this deal that I'm getting. I think one thing with ads that, that I think, you should be focused on right now is testing out your different strategies to figure out what it is that you need to really kind of, blow up and really kind of go all in on for Q4, because Q4 is not the time for you to be trying a whole bunch of new stuff, right? Like that is not the time for you to go and try to make TikTok work. Like this is the time to try to make that channel work, or this is the time to start to really invest in ads so that you can start to, by the time we get to the point where costs do go up, you have a better understanding of what's working. You have an understanding of what audiences you should be, targeting for Q4. You'll understand what creative resonates, what messaging resonates, right? You'll be able to test your funnel out. Maybe it is, a quiz funnel that you're testing out. We're working on a quiz funnel for a client now. We're working on, ads for a quiz funnel now. So that way, as she has all these launches and different webinars and conferences and book launches and all the things she's doing in Q4, she has an audience of people that's continuously flowing in and being into that way that she's able to nurture. So, this is the time, y'all, to really make sure that you are being very intentional with what you're trying to learn. So that way, when you get to Q4, you can really amplify that and just put your foot on the gas with what you've already learned.
Yes. Do not try new things. Do not try new things. Keep it simple. And I know, like, we get shiny object syndrome, and it's like, oh, oh, oh. But we shouldn't really be. We should really be focusing on what works. Like, what's tried and true, things that you've done before. When you have gotten leads, we need to stick to that. Like,
Yeah.
I know events work for me. I'm gonna be doing events. If I want to grow my email list, I should do events. And I'm not against ads. I definitely I'm going to create an ad because I feel like now is the time, right, to utilize that with the organic and just reach more people. Okay. But you may
Yeah.
not be there yet, and that's cool. But just think about how you can marry the two if you have built a really strong foundation. And now it could be time to tap into ads so that you do reach a targeted set of people specific for whatever you're about to launch for Black Friday. I would like test those ads now to get those people on the list.
Yeah. And a lot of people even forget that you can actually target your existing audience with your ads. Like you don't have to actually go out and just try to get, a bunch of cold traffic. Some of my favorite strategies, when it comes to Black Friday, and for service providers specifically, like, people like us who are focused on generating leads, is using, ads in addition to the promotions that you're doing. So using ads in addition to email. So yes, you're sending out emails about your Black Friday promotion, but you can also have ads about your Black Friday promotion going specifically to your warm audience. So those people on your email list, those people who are following you on social, those people who've interacted with your page somehow, right? Like that is what you can be focusing on. You can run ads to help you with that rather than focusing on getting, just bringing in a bunch of cold people. But right now, definitely like run some ads, get some cold traffic in, get some people on your email list. Like that's the, one of the biggest things you can do to give you the, give you the biggest return is get people on your email list now, get them warmed up, give them that content that you already posted this year. That's another thing I think business owners need to do, and we don't do often, is go look back at what's worked this year. You kind of started talking about it before, right? Like, like what has already worked this year? Go look at your Google Analytics, go look at your, email service provider to see what emails, had the highest open rates and the highest click-through rates, right? Like what offers sold, the best throughout the year, right? Like what are those things that, what are the data points that you have to be able to look back at to say like, this actually works. So I know when I create content about this, I do get a lot of traction. So let me make sure that in Q4, I'm doubling down on that type of content, and so it's really about being intentional, because if you want to win in Q4, you want to have a big, I have a big bump, especially for Black Friday. You definitely want to make sure you're being very intentional with what you're doing. And you can use this period now to really kind of like, plan that out. What are some things that you're seeing on organic social that are working right now, like when it comes to your, your brands, your clients' brands? What are some things on organic that are actually working for people to start to think about how to test that stuff out now?
I really think community. If you've built a community, you have something that most people don't have. Okay. A lot of people can't get anybody to show up to their events. And so I just posted
Mhm.
about this the other day, right? You have brands that have millions and like personal brands that have millions. They can't get anybody to their event, right? So
Mhm.
think about really tapping into your community, the people who show up for you, your previous clients. And me and you were just talking about this. We had a call and I was like, man, I really need to tap into my previous clients, like the people who know me, right? And that may be looking for something that I have right now. You never know. So I definitely think tapping
Mhm.
into that. As far as social media, Instagram is always going to work. I think that if you really focus on short form, but it has to really be attention grabbing, like no boring stuff. You have to really be outside the box. Like, I don't know if you all, you've been on these social media streets, but there is this viral TikTok video of this person saying, like, very demure. It's this. And like
Mhm.
so many brands have taken what she has said in these videos and like use it for their own market. I think I seen Dunkin' Donuts or somebody talking about some a donut is very demure. So it's
Yeah.
like, can you get on some of these trends? Like, does it make sense? I mean, for Dunkin' Donuts, apparently. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So just think
Yeah.
about the different things that you could tap into. But Instagram and TikTok, I mean, it's so easy to go viral on these platforms. And that's like not a joke. If you have the right, I want to say like the right scientific experiment and it all comes together good, you could
Mhm.
reach a lot of people on those platforms. But again, I think that sticking to what going back to clients or people who you have seen multiple times in your events or signing up for your things, how can you convert them this upcoming season?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I love all that. Because it's like when you have people who are already in your community, right? Like you have people who already are watching what you're doing, they're interacting with your content, they're liking what you're doing, right? Like tap into that community. Maybe it's something like, you do a list swap with a colleague, right? Where it's like they have a list, I have a list, I'll send out your promotion, you send out mine. Whether that's, investing in, going live with people like we're doing, stuff like that, right? Like there's a lot of things you can do when you've built a community. And if you and I also love what you were saying about tapping into some of these more viral reels right now, in a sense that, like, this is the time period where you can start to kind of like, where you want to start to build your audience, like we were talking about, and get more people, get more visibility, get more people interacting with you so you can nurture them. Now is the time to try some of that more viral type of content, right? Like maybe instead of posting the run of the mill reels you've been posting all year, you start to kind of jump into some of these trendy reels and stuff like that to really kind of grow and you want to do it in a sense that, like, you want to grow your audience with people who make sense, right? So don't just create viral reels and get a bunch of people on your page that don't have anything to do with your business, right? So I don't mean in that way, but I mean more so like, figure out, is there like something that's trending, like the very demure, kind of thing right now? Can you create something that makes sense for your brand, right? That makes sense that your clients would, jump out and see. Like someone I know, she does like a Bridgerton themed workshop or like masterclass about, like, sales and stuff like that. And I think that kind of stuff is really cool, right? Like, because yeah, I need to learn about selling, but can we make it fun? Can we have a little twist on it? Can we make it a little trendy? So I think that all that kind of stuff is really important for people to understand. Um, Anything else that you think that we need to share with people as we're starting to close out? One thing that I'll say that is working right now on paid that I'm seeing, like with Facebook ads, are using instant forms. Meaning instead of having people go to your landing page, you just have that form, pop up and they can enter their information, and then they can send, and then that, using Zapier or whatever you're using, your CRM system will send them into, wherever they need to go. So they get the email sequences and blah, blah, blah. But I'm seeing that work really, really well with clients right now. Especially, I think it's going to continue to work really well in Q4, in a sense that people are going to be bombarded with messaging. They're going to be bombarded with ads and all kinds of stuff. And so if you can make it easy and quick for people to get the information that they need, and convenient for them to get it, I think that those kinds of things will really work really, really well. So anything else
No,
that you think that people need to think about for
no, that's definitely, I've seen that work. I
Q4?
think you need to focus on Q4. Like, what are your goals? And really start to think about 2025. Like, I'm already
Mhm,
thinking about what I want to do in 2025. I'm actually thinking about taking like a weekend to just like
mhm.
brain dump and like set everything up and make sure everything is like going in the direction I want to. Sometimes we might have to do that. Many of us are
Yep.
solopreneurs or we have very small teams and we can do
Mhm,
this. Like,
mhm.
don't feel so overwhelmed. I think we feel so overwhelmed and then we just stop to do and we don't do anything. So
Yeah.
let's take a step back. If we need to take a vacation or a brain break breather, do that, but then
Mhm.
execute because we want all these things. And the real thing that I see is why that many people miss or they don't reach their goals because we're not even executing on the stuff. We say, oh, I
Mhm.
want to do this. I'm going to launch this podcast, but you're not executing on it. But I can be your girl if you need some help with that execution. Stacy can be your girl if you need some help with execution. But we
Yeah.
got to do it, right? We got to get it done. So I think that is
Yeah.
definitely something that we need to focus on.
Yeah, I love that. I love that kick in the pants because there have been people who've been saying, like, I'm going to invest in your course. I'm going to start running ads all year. And here we are, y'all. We are at the end of August. Have we started running these ads? Have we installed the pixel on our site? Right? Like, what are what are we waiting for? Right? You waiting for the cost until you're going to end up waiting until costs go up in Q4 and be like, dang, I'm so upset because I'm not getting performance with my ads. Right? But you have this time, right? This, and especially, we're not as busy, like, kids are going back to school, right? Like people starting to get back into their groove of, being able to be more present, right? Summer is starting to, unfortunately go away. But so we are getting back into being refocused, and so are our clients, right? They're getting back to be refocused as well. And so what can you do now to start to, learn some things? One thing that I'm also doing is I'm sending out polls in every one of my weekly newsletters that goes out because I want to make sure that I'm understanding, like, as I'm preparing for Q3, I mean Q4, and I'm preparing for Q5. I want to make sure I know what people want right now, what's top of mind, because I'm thinking
That's
about
a
doing
good
like some big
idea.
workshops. Yeah. So like, send out some polls, send out,
I'm gonna
ask
do
for
that.
feedback form, all that kind of stuff. These are, we're also working on some case studies right now that we can, so we can write them while we're not as busy. And that way, when we get into our promotions, we have our case studies are on full display. We can send those to our network now. People can start to read them. And so when we start to do, open back up to take on some more clients for next year, I mean, for the rest of the year, for Q4, we have all that stuff, ready to go. So that's what I would say. Use this time, figure out like what do you need to do, and you do it. And I love that you said that you're going to take a weekend because I'm going to do that too. I need to do that as well because I need to just lock myself in, a hotel room,
Just
and
book
maybe
a
by the
hotel.
pool.
Like it's number one, it's a write-off because you're going to work, people. Okay.
Mhm.
Talk to your
Yeah.
accountant or whatever. Book the
Yes.
hotel so that you can go and be alone. Like literally, I'm going to look at my calendar. And it might be a
Mhm.
weekday, and that's cool. It might be a
Mhm.
weekday night. Cool, right?
Yeah.
I need to go away. It could
Yeah.
be a Saturday to a Sunday, whatever it needs, but whatever it takes to plan things out. Because when we fail to plan, come on,
Mhm.
right? You have to
Yeah.
plan. You need a plan. Everybody
Yeah.
needs a plan. You cannot do this thing without a plan. We want you to make as much
Exactly.
money as possible for Black Friday. And I'm so glad you said that because that is confirmation. I was thinking about doing like a survey to be like, which
Mhm.
of these courses would you want? You know what I'm saying? So that I'm not
Yeah.
wasting my time on Black Friday creating a course that the people don't even want. So I'm gonna do
Exactly.
that. I'm gonna do some over the next few weeks, a few surveys on what people really
Mhm.
want and just go
Yeah.
with that because I don't want to be like just like you said, I don't want to be at Black Friday and it's like nobody even clicking on this, nobody even buying, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I'm definitely going to send out a full on like survey as well. Cause I would just kind of, doing the polls, but I think doing a full like survey because we have a survey that we've used before that we, did in the beginning, like maybe or like in Q2 of the or earlier the year, we did a survey and that kind of helped us with the rest of the year. But now I'm thinking about it. Like we just, I gave out a $25 gift card on Amazon but only for my list though. That's the thing is like I kept it to my list so I didn't get people who were all random. But so I sent out an email to my list and I did post on my social like, hey, I'm going to be asking for a feedback form, giving out a gift card. If you want it, get on my email list, take my quiz, get on my email list. But so to my email list, I send it out to them and I incentivize with a $25 gift card on Amazon And I got a bunch of responses and it was really helpful. And, especially when I was creating my course and stuff like that. So that feedback, this is a great time to try to start to see that feedback from people, even from your past clients. Like, what made you buy from me? What was it that made you come to me? Look back at your sales data, right? Like, if you're using a CRM, I have a CRM that tells me, what my most popular offers are, what my lead sources are, all that kind of stuff. So this is a perfect time to lean on your customers, talk to them, and to be able to dig into that data so that you can make a plan for Q4 that's based on, data and not just something that you're like, hey, I think this will be exciting to do for Black Friday.
Exactly. A plan.
Yes, I love that. So let's close out. I think we gave people a lot of great stuff today. So tell everybody, like, if they want to work with you either now or through Q4, let them know how they can work with you, what you have coming up, how they can connect, all the things.
Yes. I'm here on these Facebook streets. I am streaming this live to my Facebook page. So to all the Facebook people, I know y'all be seeing my posts. So really tap into this video because me and Stacy share some good information. Okay. We are like, I want to say real marketers, and you know what I mean. Okay. Real marketing people.
Yes.
Because you can
Yes.
get lost. You can get lost in the sauce of the wooey 10K in one day, all of that. That sounds good. But realistically, let's create a plan so that you actually like reach the goals. Like there are smart goals, not just random goals, right? So if you want to work with me, I definitely do work with clients one-on-one. If you want to do a VIP day, if you want to create your podcast, there are so many different ways to work with me. I feel like I'm a little bit multifaceted. Like I said, I do also have an agency. If you are at that level and you feel like, okay, I need somebody to really come in and help with our marketing. And because of my friend Stacy, she definitely gave me many ideas. And doing marketing sprints, especially if you need help with your organic strategy for this Black Friday, I really want to help you create the best plan possible and not just like tell you what to do, help you create the emails, what they should say so that they convert, right? Us marketers know what to say in these emails. We know how to, like Stacy, craft that ad so that the people click and that they buy, that they come back. But there's a strategy and a way to do all of this, and we're here to help. So that's what I have, and I'm excited. Of course, I have a podcast as well, Social Media Decoded. If you want to tap into some information to help you with Black Friday, I do have a Black Friday episode that I just launched recently that can definitely help you as well.
Yeah, I love that. Y'all definitely make sure that y'all connect with Michelle and figure out like how you can work with her. She is who I recommend when people ask me about organic marketing. So if that's something that you're looking into, definitely make sure you reach out to Michelle. And if you are looking to work with us, honestly, in August and September, the only ways that you can work with us is through a 90-minute consultation because we are booked. And that is great. And I'm excited and I'm grateful for that. And we are working on hiring and opening up capacity and stuff like that. But for now, if you want to work with me, you'll have to book a 90-minute consultation and I'll make sure that, if you want it, definitely reach out to me and I'll get you a link. Otherwise, if you're looking to run your own ads this quarter, you definitely want to make sure you invest in my course because my course is all about how to run your own Facebook ads. And also we will be having special Black Friday sessions. I do office hours every month. So I'm going to make sure my people are ready. And so if you want to get ready, you want to be a part of it, definitely make sure you grab my course or you can grab a strategy session with me. We will be opening up capacity in October. I will let y'all know when we get closer what that's going to look like, but because honestly, we've just been filling up so quickly, and I'm grateful for that. So if you want to work with me, reach out to me. I'll get you some information on how we can work together this month or in October. Otherwise, make sure y'all share this with people because I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about Q4 right now. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about marketing as usual. But right now, August, September, this is crunch time. This is time for us to prepare to make sure that we have the best Q4. We can end the year strong. So make sure y'all share this with some people. If you're watching the replay, let us know, tap in. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and close out this live and we will see y'all next time.
Bye.
OMG, that episode was packed with gems. Are you ready for more? Head over to stacyzeal.co/podcast to get the show notes and to sign up to get our top 5 podcast episodes to help you streamline your marketing so you can make this your $1 million year. Head over to stacyzeal.co/podcast.